Good morning. I welcome all of you to the second part of Safety Talks. Last time I had told you some introductions related with the Safety Talks. You know, it is a toolbox talk. You know about toolbox talk. I have told you about it. How should be one toolbox talk? Somebody is trying to give toolbox talks. How can we make a good toolbox talks? Those points you can catch from my this video. Always remember, actually toolbox talk has to be conducted at working site. Wherever you work, where is our work location? In that work location we have to conduct toolbox talk. But I am doing it in my house. I am just give you some points. I just teach you about it only. So you can recognize I am not with the PPE. Minimum dress I had to wear, it was PPE. I haven't worn PPE, personal protective equipment. I haven't worn helmet. I haven't worn safety goggles. Last time I had told you it is the safety goggle. It is my spectacle. It is used for seeing the things which is very near to me. And I haven't worn coverall. Safety shoe also has been worn. But when you do toolbox talk, you will be in the site. You have to wear full PPE. The one who gives the talk has to wear proper PPE, and the ones who listen his toolbox talk have to be worn PPE, full PPE. So always remember, toolbox talk is for passing informations about the safety. Whatever work they will do on that day, those steps can be told, its hazards can be told. After getting one accident, we shouldn't say this accident happened, it had to do in another way, then we wouldn't have got this kind of one accident. It shouldn't be told after accident. It has to be told before accident. It means accident has happened, but it has been told before the procedures, before the works. So in work location, that day's working procedure has to be told. Working skills, working steps, working operations. What are operations? Leveling is an operation. Marking is an operation. Cutting is an operation. So many operations are there. Bending, rolling, drilling. Finally, in fabrication field, we reach at welding. Then one grinding is there. Afterwards, we will be sending it to sandblasting or painting. So these steps have to be told. This step is called operation. This operation is called skills. These skills are called procedure. These have to be told afterwards. Each and every operation is having different types of hazards. When we do grinding, we know what kind of accidents may happen. That accident and its nature is different from the accident which we will be having when we will be rolling a plate, or we will be bending a plate, or when we will be pressing an I-beam or H-beam or channel or some other thing. So different operations have different types of hazards. These different types of hazards have to be avoided, each and every hazards. It means different types of hazards are having its own different types of precautions. These three things have to be told. It is must. It has to be told. And I have told you last time. I told you about LPR, life protection rules. Some companies will say LPR. Some companies will be saying some other names. These are the commandments those companies have made. Another companies will have some other commandments. I have told you about it. Last time I have told you about one company's 6 commandments and another company's 10 commandments, and I told about another company's 9 commandments. Sometimes these 10 commandments may be increased to a 11th commandment. So give importance to safety when you give toolbox talk. Try to not to say about production. Production is important. I know about it. Speed is important. Accuracy is important. Finishing is important. Everything is important. More than this all, safety is important. So I told you last time, we will have to, after completing the toolbox talk, we have to give one slogan. That is, one fellow will be saying safety, then others will be telling together first. Safety first. That is the slogan we have to say after toolbox talk. It has to be told 3 times. Afterwards, we can go to our own workplace. So give importance to safety and try to not to say production, but after completing safety, if there is enough time, you may say about production, you may say about easy methods, you may give individual works to each and everybody, but it is to be done. It is to be told the second time. First importance have to be given for safety. In safety toolbox talks, shouldn't be got bored. Nobody should be got bored. I have told you about it last time. I think I have told you about one accident which happened to a operator. We can say him as a driver. He was the operator of one heavy vehicle. Different types of vehicles are there. Trailer is a vehicle, crane is a vehicle, pocklane is a vehicle, forklift is a vehicle. That kind of one vehicle he was operating. His vehicle was used for taking heavy load from one place to another place. When it reaches his exact location, without the use of so many manpowers, he can do it alone. He can unload it alone. He can just pull the lever, then the loaded portion will be lifted up in one portion, and another portion will be bringing down, and load will be erected, load will be falling down. Sometimes it may be stone, it may be sand, it may be heavy things, that kind of heavy things. That fellow got one accident. I told you about it. So I don't describe about it now. But the word has to be remembered is that fellow also had listened one TBT. That fellow, the person who has died also listened one toolbox talk. Afterwards, he entered into his work, but nothing was in his mind. Whatever he has heard through his this year, it has gone out through this year. It didn't reach in his mind. It didn't stay in his brain. It didn't stay in his mind, heart. Because of that, he was in the world of dreams. He was in the world of some other thoughts. Because of that, its door had been closed automatically. He reached it. He had been hit in between this door and the vehicle's tank area. He died. You know about it. I told you about it. Nothing should happen. Nothing should happen. You are also listening one toolbox talk. Afterwards, you are entering into your work. You have a great dream from early morning to evening. It means sometimes it may be 8 hours duty. Sometimes you may have overtime. Anyway, evening or night time, you have to leave your work location and you have to go to your room, or you have to go to your house. You have to enjoy with your friends or with your family. That is your minimum dream. Some major dreams are after some months or after some weeks, our vacation will be coming. We will have to go to our own native place and we have to enjoy our vacation with our wife. I told you now, we have to enjoy with the wife. Most of the engineer workers who are in this engineering field are men. Please forgive me, my dear ladies. Please forgive me. They are also in this field. But in fabrication field, 99% of people are men. So I just automatically, without thinking anything, I told, after going to vacation, we have to enjoy with our wives. Forgive me. We have to enjoy with our wife and children, family and friends. If you are a lady, you will have to go to your native place and you have to enjoy with your husband, children, family and friends. But dreams shouldn't be spoiled. Dreams shouldn't be broken. So dream after getting down from work location, and when you will be in work location, dream only the work. Think about the work. Your mind has to be in work. Always you think, what am I doing? You give answer for that question. Again you ask, where did I have to be? You give answer for that question. That answer will be making you reach in a safety atmosphere. Sometimes you may be in, sometimes you may be working some other wrong locations, wrong works you may be doing. Because of that question, you may think it may make me rich in one accident. I will have to avoid it. Again you can think, what will I do now? frequently you ask questions to yourself and give answers to yourself. What am I doing? You can ask. Shall I get an accident? You can ask. Answer also should be yours. Okay, I won't get accident. Sometimes it may be your answer. Then you can ask the next question. I may not get accident. Even if it is so, some others are working very near to me. Will they get accident? Again, you can ask question. If they also won't get an accident, will any tool get any accident? So many tools are there. So many machines are there. So many equipments are there. So many accessories are there. Nothing shouldn't be got accident. Will they be damaged? Their damage is called accident. If it has got accident, we won't say it has got accident. Instead of that, we are saying it has been damaged because it doesn't have a life. It doesn't breathe. It isn't a human being. It isn't an animal. It isn't a bird. So we say it has been damaged. We don't say the word it has been spoiled or it has got one accident. But this spoiling, this damage, it is also called one accident. So accident shouldn't happen to us. Accident shouldn't happen to them. Accident shouldn't happen to this kind of things which doesn't have a life, which doesn't live, but those are also valuable things. Tools are valuable things. Machines are valuable things. Materials are valuable things. Materials also shouldn't be got spoiled. If anything happens to these four, we can say the person who made accident towards these things or towards our body or to our own body, they won't called as a skilled worker. Workers have been divided into mainly three categories: skilled workers, non-skilled workers. In between, one more step is there, that is semi-skilled workers. Everybody knows about skilled workers and non-skilled workers. Skilled workers are really skilled. They are able and expert to do those operations. If they are able and expert to do those operations, they won't get accident. If they get an accident, they won't be called as a skilled worker, because what skilled worker knows, if I beat here, which portion will be risen up or which portion will be brought to down? Or if I pull, how much of material will be coming out? How much of material won't be coming out? Because he is a skilled worker. He is the doctor of iron. We can say doctor of iron. What does the word doctor of iron mean? Who is doctor? If we call one fellow as a good doctor, he has to have the full knowledge about his patient. He sees his outer body only, but he has to get proper knowledge about his internal parts. He has to know this medicine I have given to him, what kind of effect he will have, whether he will be cured or he will be cured after so many years, or he will be having some more problems. Everything has to be known by a good doctor, because he knows internal parts of his body also. I am not a doctor. you are not a doctor. You may not be able to say his, we may not be able to say about his internal parts, but one doctor knows everything about that his patient. If he is a good doctor, if he isn't a good doctor, he won't be able to say anything about his patient, about his internal parts. What kind of effect one tablet will give in this patient, or what kind of effect one injection or one operation will give to this patient. Same medicines may be affected in different ways to different patients. Operations may be affected in different ways to different patients. If one doctor knows one patient properly, we can say he is a good doctor. He is a doctor of human being. You have to be the doctor of iron. I would like to say you have to be the doctor of iron. What does it mean? You have to be a skilled worker. If you are a skilled worker, you don't know about you know about its internal parts also. You know about the internal parts of I-beam. You know about the internal properties of channels, angles, plates, materials. If you hammer it, what will happen to its center portion? What will happen to its lengthy side, widthy side, breadthy side? Because you are the doctor of iron. If you are the doctor of iron, you will know. Otherwise, you won't know. If you don't know your patient is iron. If you are in engineering field, I-beam is your patient, channel is your patient, angle iron is your patient, sheet is your patient, plate is your patient. Also, tools are also your patient. You have to know about them. You have to know about machines. You have to know the properties of accessories, equipments. Then you will be called as a skilled worker. If you know this much about it, how will you get an accident? Because you know, if you operate this machine in this way, what will happen? If you don't know, it will cheat you. Actually, they are poor machines. They are poor tools. They are poor material, innocent. We can use the word innocent instead of poor. But if you don't caress properly, it will make you heavy beating. Try to caress. Heavy hammering may be a caressing, but if he does it in the proper way, it will be a caressing. Then it won't affect any problem in your body also. I told the word caress, so I told one example, hammering with big hammer. If you hammer with the big hammer, then also you can caress. You do it proper way. How can we do it in the proper way? Somebody say, some operations are so easy, some other operations are so difficult to do. Somebody says, when we do drilling with hand drilling, when we do hand drilling, we can do drilling in using machines, portable machines, and some machines are fixed in some places. If we do it with the hand drill manually, we do it manually. Somebody is telling it is very difficult to drill. When we hammer with big hammer, somebody says it is very difficult to do. When we hammer, we get tired. Some others are saying some other operations are so heavy, it is so difficult to do, so we get tired, we get sweat bath, we get headache. But one skilled worker will do these all operations. However, we eat banana, it will be his nature of work. He will be working in that way. How do we eat banana? How easily we can have it? It can peel it very easily. It can eat it very easily. And it is tasty one also. So when you work, you will have to work. However, you are eating banana. It means you shouldn't get tired. You shouldn't be got tired. You shouldn't get sweat bath. It shouldn't be a tension for you, and you shouldn't get headache. So how will you work? You have to be its owner. You have to be its king. These words can be used as the synonyms of skilled worker. Synonyms of skilled worker. King is a synonym of skilled worker. Another one is expert. What is the specialty of king? I shall say one story regarding this one. Actually, it is the story. One American president, I forgot his name, in his childhood, when they were having their own supper, his father asked, when we will be having supper at night time, we will be having together with our wife, children, we will be sitting around one dining table. They were also sitting around one dining table. Those times he asked one question. We too ask that kind of question. We used to ask this kind of questions to our own children. And when we were children, our parents have asked. They will ask, we will give answer. Sometimes we may ask some doubts, they may also clarify it. In his childhood, his father asked him, when you will be becoming big, in which portion do you like to reach? We may ask this kind of questions to our own children, or our parents may have asked to us when we were children. So, what will be our own answer? And what will be the answer of our own children? Most of them may say, I would like to be a doctor, I would like to be an engineer, I would like to be a collector. That kind of so many answers may be okayed. We may hear that kind of so many answers. They too started to say, this president's brothers and sisters also have started to give different types of answers. Then he told, they may also have told this kind of answers. engineer, doctor, collector, judge, lecturer, professor, principal. That kind of answers they may have told. But finally, father told, you can be anyone. I have no problem. If you become a digger, somebody is having the work of digging. Somebody is digging sand and they are making pool types something. Sometimes it may be well. If you go to mine, what are they doing? They are also digging sand away from there or stone away from there, and they are making one big hole. This big hole is called mine. This big hole is called well. This big hole is called this pool or that kind of thing. He told, you can be a digger. You may be doing the work of digging with that kind of tools, but if you become a digger, you have to be the digger of the world. You have to be the king of the digging world. You can be anybody. If you become a digger, you shouldn't be an ordinary digger. If you become a digger, I have no problem. I won't hate you. I will love you. But if you become a digger, you have to be the number one digger of the world. It means, what does it mean? Now you just see the main business people of all over the world, especially we can go to India. You may have heard the word, you may have heard the name Birla, Tata, that kind of so many names, Ambani, that kind of so many names you may have heard. So rich people, so big, great business people. Think about them. Nowadays, we respect them. But think about them. If we try to see their roots, we may be saying they were, or they are. They were. Don't say the word they were. They are diggers. If we say the word they are diggers, that is a big problem. Because they are digging the sand, they are digging the earth, and they are making money from earth, from